What's up everybody, and welcome back to the channel, An Idiot on the Internet. Today's video is slightly clickbaity, so I do apologise for that. So sorry, but not sorry at the same time. I've seen a lot of people do videos recently. They're getting into collecting PlayStation Essentials. And this isn't in any way knocking them or critiquing them or anything like that. Collect what you want to collect, buy what you want to buy. But it got me thinking. So myself personally, I don't really like PlayStation Essentials. I don't like the Platinum versions of games, the greatest hits, player's choice, anything like that really, where it puts the game in a different case, a coloured case, or anything like that, different spine. I like things to kind of match, and I mean, some of those games that feature in that series, you might get like the first game of a series in the Essentials collection or a Platinum collection, but you don't necessarily get all three. So again, this isn't really knocking anybody for doing it. It just seems to be a very popular type or subcategory of game to buy and collect for at the moment, and more power to you. If that's what you like and you want to do and you're interested in, fantastic. I mean, we're all here to like celebrate games in whatever way we do, but it did get me thinking as to what kind of subcategory, what kind of subcategory of games do I already own that I can buy more of and or kind of showcase. And the games that I came up with that I will probably actually look to getting more of are the PlayStation Move compatible and exclusive titles. So if you don't know what they are games that are compatible or feature modes or somewhat that are compatible with the Move controllers that Sony brought out during the PS3 era, and I think you can use them for PS4 as well. I'm not 100% sure, but during the time of Nintendo and the Wii, PlayStation came out with their own version of the Move controllers, and then Xbox did the Kinect. So as I've been buying PS3 games since the PS3 first came out, I've slowly and steadily bought these games over time, to which I've got a small collection. And I thought, well, you know, people are buying Platinum only and PlayStation Essential games, so why not maybe look into getting some more PlayStation Move games. So with that being said, today's video I'm going to show you what I've got already, and talk about the possibility of getting more. So let's get straight into it. Not in any particular order, they're just how I got them off the shelf. But the first game is Angry Birds Trilogy, and again, you know that they're all PlayStation Move compatible or have features because of that blue tag at the top. That blue tag and that little squiggle on the side there and on the top basically means that it supports some sort of PlayStation Move functionality. So I do believe you need the camera, the eye camera, and a nunchuck for a large majority of these, but I'm not 100% sure. So yeah, that's the first one anyway. Next one I've got, I actually haven't played, it's still sealed, and that is the Puma After Hours Athletes. This looks like a collection of, I don't really want to say sports games, but I mean, yeah, you've got Hustle Kings, Velocity Bowling, and Top Darts. in this collection. And that is also, you'll need a nunchuck and the iToy for that as well. So I think all of these would need, yeah, they all need it, obviously being required or compatible with the move. The next title is Medieval Moves. So again, I don't really know why I'm doing this. You can't really see it very well. But yeah, these are all basically just titles that are required or compatible with PlayStation Move. So the next title is The Fight with, oh my goodness, I can't remember his name now. Danny Trejo, there you go. Danny Trejo's on the back of this one for some reason. I don't know if you get coached by him or there's a tutorial in it with him. You might have been able to guess that. I haven't played this one either. I haven't played a lot of these games, I've got to be completely honest with you, but I do have them, so you know, yay. The next title is Sports Champions. I think there's a sequel to this one, I'm not 100% sure. So we might get that one. I don't actually think I have that one. Next one is PlayStation Move Heroes with all of the, well, maybe not all of the PlayStation mascots, but a large majority of them. And this one needs the navigation controller, which I do not have, and the PlayStation Move controller. They are both required to play that, so I need to get that controller in order to play that one. Another one here is Ape Escape. Yeah, again, all compatible with, either compatible or required for the move. Next one is Child of Eden, which is kind of like a, I guess it's like a rhythm-based kind of game. Award-winning game director, I'm not going to try and pronounce that name, Resin Lumines. So yeah, 2 different experiences, playable with PlayStation Move controller or a wireless controller. So yeah. Next title is Kung Fu Rider. Yeah. Master the ancient art of office chair Kung Fu. Interesting. The next one. These next two, I got recently on the recommendation of another YouTuber. I think his name's Mr. Matty Plays, and he has 1 or 2 channels. I think he has at least 2 channels. One of them being Retro Rebound, and whatever his other channel is, it might be Mr. Matty Plays. But he was going through his PlayStation collection, and he actually recommended, not necessarily this one, but the next game coming. And I just, because of my OCD-ness, I looked to see if there were a number of 3 titles that I could all bundle in together to make a trilogy. This next title is Toy Story Mania. So this one is also PlayStation Move optional. So this one is the game that he has recommended that is really good, definitely deserves to be played or looked at, and that is Toy Story 3. We've got the nice slip case version here, and yeah, apparently the one of the real fun modes, or the selling thing for this particular game, is Toy Box mode, and it says here introducing Toy Box mode on the back. Apparently that's really quite fun. So yeah, Toy Story 3 for the PS3. Next game I've got is a reseal, but yeah, I had it years and years ago, but got rid of it and got it again a few months ago, and yeah, glad to have it back in the collection. And that is No More Heroes, Heroes Paradise for PS3. I believe it's the only No More Heroes game that came out on the PlayStation 3, and I think, I could be wrong, but I think it is the second game in the series. So yeah, that's also PlayStation Move features. So not even necessarily that it's required, but it has features for it. Next game that I have in this little sub collection is Deadly Premonition, which is a rather somewhat infamous game on the 360 and PS3. So yeah, it's I think it's made. Oh my god, I can't remember their name now. Is it Studio 51 or Suda 51? I think. I'm not 100% sure. I'm gonna get all of this wrong now. So this next 3 games is again another. Well, I mean it is a trilogy, but it's not a trilogy because it's not like a numerical trilogy. But there's 3 of them on the console, and I've managed to get all of them. So we are looking at the Air Conflicts games for PS3. We have here Air Conflicts Vietnam, Air Conflicts Pacific Carriers, which is still factory sealed, and is the official UK release, because I've seen a lot of these on eBay and in CEX stores, and they're the European version, but this version is the UK version, which is just the UK language on the back, whereas the European version has multiple languages. So I was kind of excited that I found this one on eBay. Excuse me. And this is PlayStation Move and navigation controller optional. So again, I really do need to look into getting a navigation control. And the last game in this little trilogy is Air Conflict Secret Wars. And again, this is luckily an English one, and it's also factory sealed. So don't know if I ever want to open up those non-factory sealed, those factory sealed ones. The next pile, we've got I got the NTSC American version of this game, literally because I like the front cover of this one better than the English version. I do that sometimes. If I see that the American version or another country's version of the game is nicer, in my opinion, then I'll try and get that one. And that is SOCOM for US Navy SEALs. I literally got this version because I like the front cover of this one over the UK version. That's basically it. And I believe that's the last SOCOM title in the series to have been released at the moment. Yeah, I think that was the newest one, because I think the other one was multiplayer only. Is it Confrontation? Let me know in the comments. The next game is Ruse, which I believe is a tactical, like, tabletop-esque strategy type game, which can be used with the Move. Again, we have navigation controls. Next one is a slightly infamously bad game, but still, I think because it being a bad game and maybe not selling well, that there may be not loads of them, but still supposedly not a good game. I don't know because I've not played it yet, and that's Rambo the video game. So yeah, I do believe this is an on-rail shooter, and not very good. The next one is more of a, I think it's just like I mean, these are all like normal games, but they all might be slightly gimmicky in the fact that they use the PlayStation Move controller, but this one is literally just, you know, a trilogy collection. It's the Sly Cooper collection trilogy, whichever one you want to call it, or 3 games, 3 cunning classics on 1 Blu-ray disc. So that's nice, because I know that sometimes, like, shall we say, the Spyro collection, I believe that I think there is an edition of that where the games are on the disc, but every edition that I come across for the Sly Cooper Spyro collection, the Reignited trilogy, a large majority of them are The first one's on the disc, and then the second two are download. So I do believe that there's an edition out there that has all 3 on the disc. So if I can find that one, I'll get that one. Next game up is Ninja Gaiden 3. So I have all 3 of these. I have Sigma 1 and Sigma 2 on PS3. And I have this one. This one's the only one that's move compatible, but the only difference in the case for this to the other 2 is that little blue line there and that blue line there, and that doesn't set off my OCD. So that's absolutely fine. And I have this with my Ninja Gaiden games, not with my move games. So I'm fine with that, personally. So the next one is GoldenEye Reloaded 007, PlayStation Move compatible. I really liked this. I love the first level of this. This was a nice kind of remake of GoldenEye. It no way near replaces the original. I definitely would still go back and play the original. But I would also play this as well. The thing that still sticks in my mind about this game is the last level when you go to Cuba and you're facing off against Trevelyan, and he's just wearing like a sweater, like a cashmere sweater and like an informal shirt, and it's just like, why are you not wearing tactical gear? Like, you're supposed to be like a bad guy, like this is supposed to be your base, and he just looks like he's on like a summer holiday somewhere. Very strange, and for some reason that's stuck with me for forever. So yeah. Next game is BioShock Infinite. I don't really need to say too much about BioShock Infinite. Everybody has probably played this one if they've played the first 2. This is the 3rd one in the series. Next one is so we've got like a little kind of trilogy-esque type series of games ish. Not really, don't know why I said it, but Little Big Planet Karting appears to be move compatible. Little Big Planet 3 is again move compatible, and then Little Big Planet 2 is move compatible. So there you go. Includes Sackboy's prehistoric moves, a multiplayer mini adventure exclusively for PlayStation Move. I wonder if that's still available online. I doubt it. Minimum of 2 players, requires 1 motion controller, 1 PlayStation eye camera, and 1 to 4 DualShock 3 wireless controllers. Yep, so yeah. The functionality for the PlayStation Move in this game may not even exist, but we still have it in the collection. Getting towards the end now with the ones that I currently own. This one is Heavy Rain, the Move Edition. Use motion controls to interact with your surroundings. Guide your character using the PlayStation Move navigation controller. So I will definitely need to get a navigation controller in the future. And the last 2 that we have here is Resistance 3. Yeah, I really like the Resistance games. I really like the first one. The first one was a launch title for the system, and I liked the outtakes for that game. When you complete the game, there is like an outtakes reel that they did for some reason using actual cutscenes, because the game doesn't really use cutscenes up until like the beginning intro and outro of the game. Like the ending has a cutscene and the beginning does, but the rest is all kind of like black and white stills. But there's a really cool and amusing, shall we say, outtake reel at the end of that. In the first one, anyway. But the third one is really good. I think it's more story based than really gameplay based. on that one. And then finally, we have a rather sought after, rare-ish kind of game, and that is the Puppeteer. And this is actually still factory sealed as well from when I bought it when it was released on Amazon, I think. And the PlayStation Move features here are: share the stage with a friend to find the Moon Realm's hidden treasures. Okay, yeah. Now, having just gone through all of this, not all of the games have a little PlayStation blurb on them, but it would appear that some of them do. Probably more of the PlayStation exclusive titles. So that is the standard edition games that I have for the PlayStation Move. I have recently bought 3 big box PlayStation Move games, and we will just quickly go through those now. I haven't actually opened these and used them yet, but we've got them. And that is Walking with Dinosaurs. I believe the Wonder Book. I don't really know anything about these. I think they are AR-esque type games. By looks of things, on the back you get like these AR coded boards that you scan with the iToy, and then you start interacting with the game and the wands using this. So that's interesting. It does say that there's another game available, which I don't have. So that might be something that I look to get in the very near future. And then the next one we have is the Pottermore Book of Spells from J.K. Rowling, the Harry Potter Pottermore Wonder Book games. Located in Hogwarts Library, the Book of Spells allows you to, and then so on and so forth. Again, you get a board with this, and you use the eye camera, I suppose, as a scanner for the AR code on it, and then play the game that way. So that would be interesting to give a go. And finally, we have the Book of Potions. So the first one was Book of Spells, and this one is Book of Potions. Again, it's shall we say the sequel to the first one, if this is the if this one isn't the first one. But again, just interesting kind of different games that all have added functionality due to the fact that they are PlayStation Move supported in some way, either acquired or supported. So that is a subcategory of games within my collection that I will be looking to fill out over the future. I do have a list on my phone of the games available. There are quite a few sports titles that I won't get them all, because I personally don't see the point in having 4 golf games. I do believe that the Tiger Woods games or PGA golf games are all Move compatible or supported. So I will probably look into getting the most well reviewed, or if there's a Move feature in that game that is particularly a good feature or a standout in reviews, then I'll look to getting those. But yeah, that is my subcategory of PlayStation 3 games that I currently collect for. So again, this is no way throwing shade at anybody that collects Platinum or Essentials, but for me, they're just re-releases of, like, there's nothing special about them, and it would set my OCD off if I had a collection of games that were all somewhat well, not somewhat, they're all differently coloured, but then, you know, the Resistance 3 is the only Resistance move compatible game, but like there's no difference to this other than the blue tick. But I believe there might be an Essentials version of 3, but there isn't a 1 and 2. So if I had that in my collection, again, having that red one and then having 2 that weren't red would just set me off. So yeah, I've just never liked it. Again, not throwing any sort of shade, but yeah, I'm interested in what you guys collect for. What do you consider worthy subcategories of games? Or, I mean, do you collect platinum and essential games? You know, what is it that draws you to it? Is it that it's a limited collection within the PlayStation library? Is it just because it seems to be popular at the moment? I'm curious. Let me know in the comments, positive or negative. I don't mind. But yeah, that's just that's pretty much it for today. Thank you all for watching, and I will see you soon. Okay, bye.